Warning, this video is for educational and documentary purposes only. No video produced by this channel is meant to glorify or support any illegal activity. This channel covers events that may include topics involving violence and illegal substances. Viewer discretion advised.
All the friends that I lost to violence, if I were to count, it'd be like 20, probably more.
He was out here. He was in this shit.
You have to be willing to die or go to jail for 100 years.
Welcome back to another episode of Tru-Street TV, where we cover everything street related. Hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell, and let's get right into it. Today's story brings us back to Chicago, Illinois. Chicago is a very segregated city, as it's one of the richest cities in the country with over 100,000 millionaires and plenty five-star hotels and fancy restaurants. But in the midst of all of this are countless gang wars and some of the most impoverished and dangerous neighborhoods in the country, dubbed Chirac for its ridiculous murder count. Although there are plenty cities that get wild, Chicago is known worldwide for its countless talented rappers bringing their war stories to the booth. And that brings us to the man we're here to talk about today, Herbert Wright, or better known by his rap name, G Herbo. Herbo hails from the city's southeast side in the South Shore neighborhood. His block is located in Terrortown, mainly controlling a large area near 79th and Essex. Herb's hood goes by the name No Limit Muskegon Boys, with the two hoods No Limit and the Muskegon Boys clicking up back in the day. Their main beefs are with hoods like Black Mob and Lakeside, who are also clicked up with Pocketown. Now, I'm not gonna go into deep detail about every single murder and every No Limit member, as this video is aiming to focus on G Herbo. Unlike many lost Chicago youth who joined gangs, Herb actually came from a two-parent household, as his parents met in the late 80s as teenagers and have been together ever since. Born October 8th, 1995, Herb would describe always having a relationship with his father, but acknowledged his dad didn't really put much effort towards keeping Herb out of the street life. Herb grew up like a lot of kids, having hoop dreams and wanted to one day make the NBA, spending his youth in community centers playing basketball with local kids from his neighborhood. During this time, he would meet local guys like Lil Bibby, No Limit Cairo, Mad Max, Doo-Wop, Capo, Kobe, Rock, and Fazo, as young as 9 years old. He also is Lil Wet's big cousin and was closest friends to No Limit Lil Greg, who was a star basketball player playing AAU tournaments all over the country. On October 12, 2010, 18-year-old Fajon Robinson, nicknamed Fazo, would be killed during a dice game. After being shot in the back, Herb would credit this as the day he started rapping. Although he didn't take it serious at the time, he was known in the hood for rapping under his new name, Lil Heron.
My homie died, matter of fact, 2 years ago. My homie died and shit, we just started rapping about, you know what I'm saying, shit we live now.
Lost you Fazo in 2010, the rest was history.
Bibby and Herb are very close friends with Fazo's brother, Fabon, and have been for many years, as he's a well-respected older member who used to be a star basketball player at Hyde Park. And he also went on to play at Texas A&M with Fazo land tatted right across his neck, before going on to play overseas and in Mexico. June 3rd, 2011, well-beloved big homie Boss Blizz, who was also Big Op's father, was killed after being shot multiple times around 2 a.m. KTS Rio would take credit for this. Around this time, the war was getting wild and claiming countless lives, and Herb left his parents' house to go live with Lil Greg, who stayed outside of No Limit territory. Herb would say the war was getting too wild and he moved to protect his family from being targeted, although he was still going to the hood daily. The first song posted on YouTube by Herb and Bibby is called No Limit Niggas, posted on January 28, 2012.
Bring a couple cans or two, maybe extra hands to shoot. Casey got some friends to shoot. The streets said that I'm grimy, but bitches think I'm handsome too.
2 weeks later, they would go on to release I'm a Boss remix. In this song, Herb would diss a guy named Shooter Shells by name.
I see Juvie slam the race, I see Shooter blam the eight.
Shooter Shells is from Black Mob and is a well-known rapper in Chicago. And just 4 days later, on February 19th, No Limit would take a massive loss. A group of them were standing in front of a liquor store near 79th and Essex when a car pulled up and began shooting at the group, and two well-beloved members would be killed in the shooting. 53-year-old Gregory Glenzie, who went by Alamo, and 19-year-old Jamal Harris, who went by the name Rock. The hood would pick up the name Rock Lock in commemorance to Rock. Herb continued dropping remixes like Y'all Don't Hear Me in March, with Cairo standing next to Herb in the video.
That's real rap, on 79th, the real traps. In the dips, the real gas, I ain't talking about no little gas.
And in May, the duo released We Do This For Y'all, featuring No Limit J. Dot.
If I had it all, it'd be my choice for me to take you out that casket and put you in a Royce, bro.
The two would begin to want to take rap serious as they seen fellow Chicago guys like Chief Keef, Lil Reese, and Lil Durk becoming successful. This summer, they would lock in with DJ L, which was the younger brother of a No Limit member. Herb and L would instantly lock in the studio, where Herb would make his biggest song up to that point, called Gangway, originally released June 12, 2012 on Elevator, but has been deleted and reposted on Herbo's page a few years later. This song was a huge stepping stone for Herb as he was establishing himself as a rapper.
I'm from the side where they found Derrick Rose. He made a name off jump shots. We was out there shooting poles.
Shortly after, the duo would release Fake Niggas featuring Capo.
GBE and MB, them the niggas who fuck with me.
Herb and Bibby will go on to do their first interview with DJ L in the background. It was released on July 22nd, and they dropped some dope freestyles during this interview.
Man, they better than everybody out here. I put my career on it. Fuck y'all niggas, man. The east side, man.
And I'ma keep it real. I don't really need a deal. I'm just trying to see a meal so I can keep my people fed. My moms will never see a bill. Long nights waiting and stressing. Thinking somebody got a baby on an 8 in a stretcher. But I'm all good. I probably drop 8 on the necklace. Hit them all good. Bitch, I'm in the league like I ball on that hardwood. And these other rappers, what you record labels call good, everybody can't sign Herb, but they all should. I got the flow to make the streets.
This collab with L would change all of their lives forever, as the next song with L was an absolute hit. Herb, Bibby, and L would go on to release Kill Shit August 5th, 2012, and was instantly making huge waves across the whole country, sitting at around 50 million views today.
Baby on the track with me, one mistake and he got 50.
A few weeks after this song released, Herb was shot while on the block alongside 7 other members. He was hit in the foot with a 40 caliber bullet. FYB J-Man would tell a story about seeing Herbo in the hospital the night he was shot and speaking to him.
Do your homework on J-Man had a sprained ankle, bro. I was young, but I had hoop dreams. Whoa. He's saying shit. But you know how a motherfucker talking, folk, and you realizing, where the fuck do I know this voice from? Boy, you alright? You know how you just being one of them type of motherfuckers. You straight over there, boy? Damn, I'd be cool. Whoa. Motherfucker, fuck me up. You listen to music? Yeah. Why? Man, Lil Herb, No Limit, type me in. I heard the nigga voice in school. So when he say it's Herb, I cut it the fuck out. Pull the curtain back. He's surprised to see FYB J-Man now. You see what I'm saying? So it's hitting different. Telling me the story as I'm observing. They came through our shit with 100 shot.
150. Yeah. Just a foot shot, everybody. What's best? You know I smoke like I'm smoky. Only Dutches and Stogies. Couple blunts that had me up with the homies. I be heaven hat. Steady filling Cubans with his 7 hat. Session after session, you ain't in them, baby, never had. One of Lakeside's top members, KTS Vaughn, will begin dropping music and hood vlogs around this time as well. This and No Limit relentlessly.
That nigga fuck rock block, man. I'm my little brother out here, man. The green hat y'all be talking about, man. Hey, just in case y'all ain't know, that is my little brother, man. Gun this squirt, shit real. He ain't playing with y'all ass, man. Gun squirt. We walking the no bang, bang, guns go no black, bang, bitch. Bang, guns go black. Fuck you talking about. Y'all just shot a fucking clock and y'all put it on Facebook and Instagram. And then y'all ain't even out here? What the fuck? Yeah, on this block. What niggas gang bang like that, fuck? Niggas gang bang like this. Look at that corner stuff. Ain't nobody out there. Look at my young niggas.
On October 24, 2012, KTS uploaded a video titled No Lacking, where KTS members, including Vaughn and his older brother Dre, and another well-beloved Lakeside member who goes by Pasto, can be seen walking through No Limit's hood. The group walked all the way to the McDonald's deep into No Limit territory on 79th and Phillips. As they spotted a group of young No Limit members inside the McDonald's, one member would say get them outside so he can shoot them as they approached the restaurant. As many of the members made their way behind the register going into the back of the kitchen, as it is no joke to get caught by your ops in Chicago, they easily could have been killed. One member wouldn't make it back there though. 17-year-old Cairo was approached by 22-year-old KTS Dre, who told him to say fuck rock. Cairo would not do this and he would get punched in the face by Dre.
Y'all ain't gotta go nowhere. We finna get some McDonald's for we ain't on there with y'all. Y'all good? These no limbs, man. These are no limbs. Damn, why you back there? It don't work here. Where you going? It don't work here. Go back there. It don't work there. We ain't no shit with y'all, but y'all good, shorty. Shorty, y'all good. We finna get some McDonald's. Say fuck rock, man. Right now. Say fuck rock, shorty. Say fuck rock. What? Say it. Hey. Ain't no unzipping enough. Say fuck what? Say it. Don't be scared, little fuck. Don't be scared, little fuck. Oh, shit. Damn, he like he just broke your jaw, little fuck. What you came out turned up? Damn, go fucking fresh. We done, lakeside, man. I wanted some Mickey D's, bro.
After leaving McDonald's, KTS, Dre, and the other members would begin jogging back to their hood after No Limit members began shooting at them just minutes after the incident.
Now get back to the hood, man.
I'm thinking they coming to clap. Cause that's what they do. That's what they was known for real. I ain't finna stunt on them. The Lakeside shit was inherited for, so them niggas already hated us for them. And my man, I'm like, don't leave out this bitch, cause if you leave, they gon' not upload this video, chase a motherfucker and clap him. I'm just looking at him, yeah, say ooh, say what? Is this man for real, fuck?
KTS are also rumored to have killed Mad Max's uncle, who goes by the name Los, just days later on October 29th. This will end up being a huge mistake by KTS as Mad Max began to slide for his uncle and is rumored to have killed KTS Bud just 2 weeks later on November 10th. No Limit would celebrate this big score.
Fuck Bud, nigga. Fuck Bud. Fuck Bud. Fuck you, nigga. That nigga Bud.
Herb would release another big single, being 4 Minutes of Hell. On December 3rd, 2012, Herb would release a slept-on track called Church, and then days later, the duo would release yet another song that went crazy in the streets called Play They Roll, with over 4 million views today with no video. And the very next day after this, they would release a track called My Hood, where Herbo directly did Shoot the Shells once again, and Bibby went crazy on the song as well. At the top of the year 2013, Herb would release Crack Flow on January 6th, and a few months later in May of 2013, Herb would release a part 2 to his 4 Minutes of Hell.
Dear Lord, I pray that on the day when you take me away, I got enough money laid in the safe to make sure my mom's and my sister they straight.
This song, in my opinion, is one of the first that really separated Herbo from the rest of the drill rappers, as his ability to paint a picture of the struggles of a young man in the trenches fully indulged in the gang world, kinda similar to guys like L.A. Capone and Young Pappy, who were both very skilled lyricists. Now we're heading into the summer of 2013, and it would start off really bad for No Limit, as on July 3rd, well-beloved No Limit member Rayford Brown, who went by the nickname Pistol Pete, was shot to death, with Shooter Shells once again being credited for this killing. 2 weeks after Pistol Pete's death, on July 15th, Herb would release a remix to the Migos Versace song, which went absolutely crazy in the streets and racked up well over 10 million views. Just 14 days later after releasing this song, Shooter Shells is rumored to have slid on No Limit again, killing a well-beloved member named Richie Rich. This would be a devastating loss for No Limit and would definitely make Shooter Shells their top priority.
We lost Richie Rich, we looking for seasons.
And crazy enough, only a week after this, Herbo and other members were on the block shooting dice. One of their well-beloved members by the name Kobe would decide to walk home, being spotted near the McDonald's and shot in the head and body.
And it all went wrong. What the fuck, Kobe? Why you couldn't get a ride home, my nigga?
My homie Kobe had passed away, and I seen him die right in front of me. Remember that day like yesterday? We was outside on the block, we was shooting dice and hanging out, joking, laughing, and somebody walk off, and then you hear all the shots ring, and you run to him, and then your homie just like laying on the ground.
In the following months, Herb would drop a few songs, including Money and Control Me. At this point, it was clear Herb and Bibby started to go in different directions, as Bibby was still on fire after releasing How We Move with King Louie earlier in the year. Well-beloved Lakeside member Pasto, who was involved in the McDonald's incident, was released from jail on November 18th, and just 5 days later after being released, he would be shot to death. Crazy James and Mad Max are rumored to be responsible for this killing. At the end of November, Bibby would release his debut mixtape Free Crack, which went absolutely crazy in the streets, with my favorite song being Water, with over 5 million views today. Herbo would make an appearance on this mixtape on the songs Know Something and Shout Out. The next month in December, Herb would yet again come with another timeless classic called 4 Minutes of Hell Part 3. Herb had just turned 18, and this song is still heat to this day, as he paints an in-depth picture with his lyrics similar to Part 2.
To make it in this dangerous dangerous jungle, in the treacherous war. People dying, nobody crying.
Going into 2014, Herbo would waste no time releasing his debut mixtape on February 17th called Welcome to Fazoland in honor of Faison. One of my all-time favorite mixtapes from any artist, as Herb has deep, meaningful songs like My Mom's Sorry, Still Fucked Up, and Write Your Name. This tape honestly might be Herb's best project to date, which sound crazy as he was only 18 at the time. The hunger he rapped with, along with the authenticity of the young man's pain, can be felt through the music, making it a timeless mixtape in my opinion.
Grew up in the apartment with my grandma and my mother, and my sister and my auntie, so my cousins like my brothers.
Shortly after he dropped this tape, Herb and Bibby would release another feature called At Night, which is a slept-on song in my opinion. Herb went absolutely crazy on this track.
Try to play me like a fuck nigga and get peeled back. I don't trust niggas, keep them real back. In my two-seater with the steel Mac.
And surprisingly, this would be the only song dropped by the duo in 2014, not including the songs off Fazoland, as Bibby began to branch off from the gang and really focus on his rap career. Just a month later in April, Herbo would release 50 of them, featuring C-Dot Honcho, showing his wordplay and rap skills have gotten tremendously better from when he started. He would then be arrested on 78th and Kingston shortly after this on May 7th for reckless conduct and gang loitering. 2 days after this, Herb would feature on the song Chicago Conscious alongside King Louis and other Chicago artists. This was a huge song at the time, and Herbo easily had the best verse. On June 6th, Bibby would make a huge leap in his rap career and make the 2014 XXL freshman class, which is a huge accomplishment for upcoming artists. Following this, G Herbo will go on to release Just Bars on June 25th, which is easily his hardest single of that year. He would throw shots at Bibby on this song, saying he got on and forgot his homies.
I will never ever leave my brothers. He got on, but he forgot his homies.
Made the song Just Bars, Sneak This Baby. I would never leave my brothers. He got on and he forgot his homie.
At the end of the summer, on August 17th, Herb would release a remix to Bobby Shmurda's Hot Nigga. I'm actually surprised this song has only 4 million views, as I was hearing the song every day after it dropped.
Free Slick and Crazy James, they some demons out.
Herbo would once again be arrested on Chicago's east side just 4 days after this song dropped for possession of a firearm and ammunition. Around the same time, Herb would get a Nicki Minaj verse on the song Chirac, which was absolutely crazy for the young street artist at the time, as Nicki Minaj was one of the biggest rappers in the country, coming off back-to-back multi-platinum albums.
They reached out. They had called my manager at the time, and she put me on a plane immediately. I came out there in like 2-3 days, met up with her, got in the studio. She told me how much she fucked with me, and she pulled the record up, and I did that bitch right on the spot.
Herbo would end the year off very strong, releasing another tribute project to a fallen member, this time being Pistol P. The Pistol P project was a little more laid back than he was in Fazoland, but it's still an amazing project with no skips. All 10 of the songs on this project are hard, one of them being the 4th installment of the 4 Minutes of Hell series. I believe to this day part 3 is the best one. You guys let me know in the comments what you guys think. 2015, Herbo will start off the year appearing on a Vlad TV interview, showing although he missed a XXL, Herb was still respected as one of the top street rappers in Chicago. And just a month later, Herbo would drop his first club song called Rollin', which was instantly a hit in the streets. At first, Herbo was reluctant to try to rap on the beat, produced by well-known producer Southside, who Herb made a close relationship with around this time, as it can be seen in the Just Bars video.
If Kobe was there, he'll be off ahead of. Now I'm off ahead of. This for all my niggas.
Herbo will go on to release a Computers remix on March 7th, which was the best one behind Wooski's in my opinion. With over 30 million views, this song was in heavy rotation in 2015.
I'm just G Herbo to the news. Just a rapper to the news. Bitch, I'm G Fazo with that too.
Him and Bibby must have also made up around this time, as they went on to release a huge song called Ain't Heard About You just 3 days later on March 10th, and also called it Kill Shit Part 2. No Limit guys like Cairo and Doo-Wop would make an appearance in this video, and it sits at over 40 million views today.
Coding what I'm sipping, gas what I'm inhaling. Pasta what you smelling.
A month later in April, KTS Vaughn would drop a song called Kill to Survive, wearing a jacket containing the names of deceased No Limit members, which was crazy disrespectful. This very same day, Herb would release a track with No Limit Smoke called Back at It Part 3, dissing KTS and talking about the McDonald's incident.
Like in 3 video hell yeah, a few of them gone.
And about a week later, Herbo would release a song called Double XL in response to being snubbed from the freshman list. Lil Durk would speak on the intro, saying Herb should have been on the list.
Y'all better put Herb on that motherfucking Double XL cover, man, for real.
And exactly 2 weeks later, on June 23rd, 2015, No Limit would get up with KTS Vaughn after spotting him standing outside of an apartment on 75th and Ellis. The group would ride past the apartment around 2 p.m. They would go on to roll down the windows, firing shots at Vaughn, hitting him in the chest and head, killing him instantly. Mad Max would once again be rumored to be on this hit alongside No Limit Molly. A few weeks later, on July 11th, well-beloved GBE member, also Doo-Wop's brother, named Capo, would be killed in No Limit territory. A 1-year-old baby boy would be killed as well by the getaway drivers as they sped off recklessly, and they hit him while he was sitting in his stroller.
They were waiting on the sidewalk to take the bus to the beach when a car fleeing police jumped the curb, killing 1-year-old Dylan Harris.
This was a huge loss, not only for No Limit, but GB as well. Herb would rap about Cap in multiple songs, one of them being We Ball.
How you go out right in front of Squeak apartment? When I look in Wop eyes, it's like he lost it.
A few weeks later, Herbo would be arrested again on the city's east side, this time on drug possession charges. And on September 3rd, it would be announced that Herb started his own label, calling it 150 Dream Team, signed under Yo Gotti CMG. He would also change his rap name to G Herbo, attempted to really take his rap career to the next level. Just weeks after this, on September 29th, Herb would release his highly anticipated mixtape, Ballin' Like I'm Kobe, under his 150 Dream Team label, naming this project after his fallen homie Kobe, just like he did his first 2 projects, with my favorite song from the tape being 100 Days, 100 Nights, with Pain, Peace of Mind, and Struggle all being great songs as well.
Kobe, without you in these streets, feel like I'm lost, my nigga. Shit, so many tears make me feel weak, but no, I ain't soft, my nigga.
Herbo would then go on to release a huge single on December 11th called Retro Flow. This song has over 27 million views today. And then he would finally end the year off with Just Bars 2, sitting at almost 7 million views with no video. It's a slept on song.
But Kobe told me, fuck the ops, you gotta watch homies.
Herb would start off 2016 dropping another huge song with Bibby called Don't Worry, released January 3rd. This song sits at over 30 million views today. And just 2 months later in March, he would drop another huge song, this time through World Star Hip Hop, called Yeah I Know, where he rapped about missing Capo for most of the song. He will go on to release a few more big songs like Back on Tour, Man Down, and also he remixed classic songs like H to the Izzo by Jay-Z and Hail Mary by Tupac. After all this work and millions of views Herbo racked up, he was finally selected to the XXL Freshman, being selected in the best lineup in XXL history, alongside rappers like Kodak, 21 Savage, Lil Uzi, Lil Yachty, and Dave East, with whom Herb did his freestyle alongside.
I guess that I'm a freshman now, but I've been an OG. It's okay, cause all my life has been someone before me.
Herbo would make an appearance on Breakfast Club on November 4th, with Charlamagne saying he's one of the most requested artists of the last 2 years.
In the building, this dude has actually probably been one of the most requested guests for about 2 years. G Herbo.
And a few weeks after this interview, on November 25th, Herb would release the project Strictly For My Fans, with Bibby featuring on the song called Tired. My favorite songs off this tape being East Side Story and Something.
Back when Grams lived on the 4, first flow 74.5, Vito stayed on the other side.
For the 3rd year in a row, Herb and Bibby would release a big song together to start the year off, with the last 2 being Ain't Heard About You and Don't Worry, this time releasing Blackin' Out, which wasn't as big as the other 2 and doesn't have the video, yet the song is still hard and has around 8 million views on YouTube.
Me and Cap used to smoke back to back and ride with gats around.
And on March 29, 2017, a No Limit OG by the name Jerry Jacobs, who went by Wet, would be walking through No Limit's hood around 11 p.m. when shooters jumped out of a car and began shooting him. Wet would be hit multiple times and would succumb to his injuries after being shot in the neck. It's disputed on who actually did this murder, but Shooter Shells would once again be credited as one of the shooters. This death would absolutely devastate No Limit, especially Lil Wet, who was Jerry's son and nicknamed after him. Around 12 hours after Wet was pronounced dead, a man would approach a chicken and fish restaurant on the city's east side as 4 men stood outside of the restaurant. The man would run up on the group and chase 2 men, one being 28-year-old 32-year-old Emmanuel Stokes and 32-year-old Edwin Davis. Inside the restaurant, he would shoot them both to death. He would then turn around, exit the restaurant, and chase down the other two men, 19-year-old Raheem Jackson and his brother, 20-year-old Dylan Jackson. He would kill them as well, shooting them both in their backs. And just 5 days later, Chicago police would arrest Lil Wet for these murders, saying it was a revenge killing for his father. Lil Wet, whose real name is Maurice Harris, would be sitting in the Cook County with no bail on 4 counts of first-degree murder, facing a mandatory life sentence.
My little cousin in the county fighting quadruple bodies. When he beat it, we in Egypt. Need a newer hobby.
The very next day after Lil Wet's arrest, Shooter Shells would release a very disrespectful song called Death of 150, dissing Dead No Limit members and Lil Herb by name. This song sits at over 7 million views today. The very next day after that, Herbo would post a music video called Take Me Away. He seems to be in Jamaica on a villa in this video, which we'll talk more about later.
If I don't squeeze that trigger where I'm from, they end up killing me. Nigga.
Around 2 months after this, on June 18th, Shooter's song was going so crazy in the streets, he earned himself a Zach TV interview and would speak directly about the war with No Limit and Lil Herb.
We in tour with them, you feel me, the Lil Herb guys or whatever, the No Limits, you feel me, we in tour with them, so there's a whole bunch of East Side shit going on, you feel me, I don't know too many people know what's going on, you feel me, motherfucker always talking about cloud chasing like I'm just trying to come out, diss the man and, you feel me, get some clout here and shit like that, this shit been going on.
He would also say in this interview that he has respect for Lil Bibby because he raps about hustling and doesn't diss.
Shout out to Bibby, man. You know, he on some grown man shit, but why y'all respect him?
Yeah, I got respect for Bibby, you feel me? You know, he's doing his thing.
Shut up.
I don't never recall hearing Bibby say shit about, he'll probably say the ops, but he don't say shit about no black mob, there's no fuck such and such, no fuck this, no fuck that.
Bibby or Herb, somebody from that camp will reach out to you like, bro, let's leave this shit alone. Let's do some music together. Let's do a cameo or something. You'll be down for that?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Real nigga shit, man.
Not even a month after this Zach TV interview, on July 10th, 2017, Shooter Shells, real name Cedrin Doles, walked out of his house and was approaching his car around 9:30 in the morning. Before he was able to get into the car, 3 shooters jumped out of a white sedan and would begin shooting at Cedrin. One shooter fell and hit the ground. He would be shot in the face around 18 times by the men. They would do this to send a message, as it was clear this was no drug deal gone bad or argument turned deadly. This was an organized hit, with the shooters overkilling only 21-year-old Cedrin. Mad Max, Molly, and Mansky would be rumored to be on this hit, with Herb mocking Shooter in multiple songs.
Can't think back on his decisions now. He ain't got no head.
I was filled with anger. Homie got banged for saying my name.
Nigga mention me. What the hell? Don't ask questions about my ops. Don't know Shooter Shells.
Even after making the respect comments towards Bibby, Bibby would release the song Crack Baby the next year on the day of Shooter Shells' death, mocking him. Bibby was known for not indulging in dissing the dead. That just goes to show how much they hated Shooter. On September 1st, Herbo would appear on a radio show with DJ Self, where him and No Limit Smoke would drop freestyles. Herbo saying Smoke was his first 150 Dream Team artist.
Smoking POSCO Scoob and a fat bone. Hold on, I heard we got a new batch in the patch grown. Hey Kobe bro, tell Vaughn, fuck him, his ass gone.
Also on this same day, Herbo would release We Ball, which we talked about earlier being a tribute to Capo. He would release it through Worldstar, and it sits at over 26 million views today. This song would be the perfect build-up for his next project, which is recognized as Herb's first official studio album, Humble Beats, released on September 22nd, 2017, receiving features from artists like Lil Uzi, Lil Yachty, Black Youngster, Bump J, Lil Durk, and Lil Bibby. Besides 4 Minutes of Hell, my favorite songs on this album are Trials and a song titled Man Now, which actually made the track list for 2K19. Herbo would release the Man Now video a month later on October 31st, showing off yet another huge villa in Jamaica, but again, I'll speak on that later in the video. Herbo would start off 2018 on a bad foot. On February 22nd, Chicago police will pull Herbo over downtown and arrest him on another gun possession charge. He would quickly bond out for this. And around a month later, on March 21st, Herbo would appear on the radio station K104, where he would drop a freestyle called Who Run It. This freestyle will go viral on social media, causing him to instantly record the song and shoot the video, which was released a few weeks later on April 2nd, sitting at over 26 million views today.
Landed in the GT Larizone, put my store in the Arizona.
The very next day, on April 3rd, Herbo would release another huge song called Hood Legends, rapping about his dead homies.
I'ma talk the way because I'm off the doty. Lost Pee-wee just for that. I'm forever gonna tow me a 40.
He would start the song off saying he's smoking bone, clearly a diss to T-Bone, a Black Mob member killed back in 2013.
Smoking bone, 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 bone.
I'm tweaking on the smoking backwards.
And just 8 days later, on April 11th, Herbo's girlfriend at the time, Ari Fletcher, would give birth to his first son, named Yosan. And about a month later, on May 10th, Lil Bibby's new artist, Juice WRLD, would release Lucid Dreams. Bibby and his brother started a label called Grade A Productions, with Juice being their only artist. This would end up changing Bibby's life forever, as Juice was an instant success, with Lucid Dreams having over 1 billion views on YouTube and is listed as the 27th most streamed song in Spotify history, ahead of huge songs like God's Plan. Weeks later after this, Herbo would drop another big single on May 23rd called Focus. This single has over 30 million views on YouTube, and he mentioned Lil Wet's situation in this song.
If you do it for the fam, stay focused. Try to slam Lil cuz they bogus.
These big singles would set Herb up for his next album, released on July 27, 2018, a joint project with Southside. Herbo was no longer with CMG at this point and collaborated with Epic Records on this one Swervo album, signing a distribution deal, making sure he keeps ownership of all his royalties, similar to a CMG arrangement. This isn't my favorite project by Herb, but it still is a very good one, with intro song Some Nights being my favorite.
Straight up out the trenches. Had to squeeze that bitch at least one time, me and all my niggas.
Juice WRLD, Young Thug, 21 Savage, and Chief Keef would all feature on this album. And just 7 days after, No Limit would be hit with very bad news. 23-year-old Christopher Jackson, who went by several names, including Mad Max, C Money, and Lil Chris, would be spotted by Lakeside member Terrell Webb. Max was helping his mother move into her apartment on 76 and Kingston in No Limit territory. Terrell, who went by Hellrail, would get through the apartment gates and chase Max down, shooting him multiple times in the stomach and arm. Max was taken to the hospital, undergoing emergency surgery. He would initially survive the shooting. 11 days later, on August 14th, police would put out an arrest warrant for Hellrail for attempted murder. He would flee to nearby Iowa, where he was on the run for exactly 2 weeks. After spending 6 days in jail on the attempted murder charges, Max would sadly pass away from his injuries, and Hellrail's charges would be upgraded to murder.
Little Chris has died on September 3rd. So now this has become a homicide investigation.
Surprisingly, Max told police that Terrell shot him as he laid in the hospital bed as he was fighting for his life.
Which was the dude that you knew?
From third photo to the left.
The third photo to... Can you point to him? And is that person circled?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, when you say third photo to the left, you mean this photo. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You circle this person. What did this person do to you?
Shot me 4 times.
Can you sign this, or would you like me to sign for you because of your hand?
You sign for me with my hand.
Hellrail would later drop a diss song, speaking on Max telling on him, admitting that he had bodies and he couldn't believe he told.
Snitching. Damn, Max, so get it. You have bodies, you get popped, and you gon' tell you must be kidding.
He also sported a t-shirt that had Mad Max's picture on it. Herbo was seen crying at Max's funeral and talks about him in countless songs. The next year in 2019, Herb would start the year off with another collab project with Southside titled Still Swervin', released February 1st, with big songs like Hood Cycle and Wilt Chamberlain, both with over 25 million views on YouTube. In April, Herbo would be arrested once again after fighting with his girlfriend, with the footage being released on YouTube. Ari would say in an interview how she's toxic and she wants a man who will pull their gun on her if she tries to leave.
Throwing shit, breaking shit, fighting, and then like, now you gotta stop me from leaving. But I was never going nowhere.
Oh, yep, you the toxic one.
Pull your gun out and show me like, bitch, leave. I wish you would walk out the door.
But after seemingly a fight with Herbo, she was calling the police and demanding him to be taken to jail.
When his ass going to jail, it's over with, bitch, you done.
Go inside, I'll be in there in a minute, okay?
This would quickly end their relationship. Very soon after this, he would begin dating rapper Fabulous's stepdaughter. Also in June of this year, Herbo's cousin No Limit Lil Wet would be released from the Cook County Jail after the DA dropped the murder charges for lack of evidence.
Like, how did you actually beat the case? Like, what was it that?
I actually beat the case. The lack of evidence. The lack of evidence. They rushed their case too fast, and when it all came out, the truth came out. They rushed their case too fast. The lack of evidence.
So what evidence was they using, or was it just like some type of...
He say, she say. You know how the streets just talk.
He would drop a song soon after being released called Bloody Tears, which has over 1 million views. Lil Greg and Doo-Wop would appear in this video.
Slap at the back, we slid twice. Got a drum each one and 2 pipes.
Herbo would feature on a Young Dolph song titled One Scale, released on August 13th, being another huge song in Herb's catalog, sitting at almost 40 million views today. At the end of this year, on December 8th, Juice WRLD would land in Chicago on a private jet. Police would search the jet and the occupants, finding multiple guns and over 40 pounds of weed. Juice would panic and take a large amount of pain pills and sadly pass away after overdosing. This would devastate countless people. His funeral will be packed with everybody singing his music, giving him one last concert. With his gravesite being one of the biggest I've ever seen. Herb will go on to drop another project before the year ended, releasing a short EP called Sessions. One of the songs on here is a tribute to Lil Chris titled My Bro's a Legend, with Herbo showing off his C-Money chain on the cover art of the song. But the biggest song on this project would be called Sessions, with 60 million views on YouTube.
Jumped in that water and I turned into a piranha, boy.
And on May 29, 2020, Herbo would release his best-selling album of his career, being PTSD, where he did several interviews speaking on mental health and how a lot of youth in the trenches have PTSD and don't even know it.
So I was fighting a gun case in Chicago. It's behind me now.
I remember, yeah.
And I told my lawyer, like, I've never really not been in fear of my life since I was 14 years old. When I expressed it to them, they just referred, like, you need to go to therapy and talk to somebody. You know what I'm saying? And I did that. And within like my second, third session, she literally went to court, testified for me, or, you know what I'm saying, wrote down and sent it to my judge. And I was literally diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder.
This album has huge songs like Certified Platinum record titled PTSD featuring Juice WRLD, Chance the Rapper, and Lil Uzi. The album itself is certified gold with other huge songs like High Speed and Riding With It.
Max was on them hits so he couldn't have no feelings. All them bitches under his belt and ain't got no civilian.
He would receive shocking news at the end of the year in December after the feds charged him with fraud and making false statements stemming back from 2017 and 2018. Feds would allege Herbo and people close to him were using stolen credit cards to purchase private jet charters, exotic car rentals, and even expensive villa rentals like the one seen in the Man Now video and Take Me Away. Herbo would go on to respond to all of this in a song called Statement, released about 2 weeks later after being indicted. This song sits at around 20 million views today.
Let's talk about them jets, yeah, let's talk about Jamaica. Ask about me, I ain't never been a fraud.
The next year in 2021, Herbo would take possibly the biggest loss up to this point, with his best friend No Limit Lil Greg being killed. Greg would be at a barbershop located on 1931 South State Street. He would notice somebody from an opposing hood in the shop, and they would both call up their respective members. After seeing the man, the No Limbs would tell Greg dude was a non-factor and wasn't really involved in none of the wars they had going on. The man would then exit the barbershop, and about 45 minutes later, a different man would enter the barbershop. He would pull out a gun and shoot Lil Greg in his head, killing him instantly. This would devastate Herbo and many No Limit members, as Greg was well loved.
Me and Greg was sharing clothes, but we weren't really bros.
Herb would later appear on Greg's father's podcast and will break down multiple times crying about his deceased friend.
I'm not responsible. I know I'm not responsible.
That's all I was really hoping, bro.
I'm able to sleep at night comfortably and know that it's not my fault, but I'ma still feel like it's my fault because I can't live life. Nothing I do, if I get a Grammy, an Oscar, I must think about my little brother, gang. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? My life can't be complete without him. I ain't gonna lie to you. It don't feel complete. It's never gonna feel complete without him. That's the truth. I ain't gonna never be able to feel complete without him, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. That shit just don't make sense to me. It don't add up.
In May of this year, Herb would announce the birth of his second child, being another boy. He would name him Essex after his block. And in June of this year, KTS Dre would be locked up for gun possession. Herbo would release another great project titled 25. He would release it on July 21st, as he was only 25 years old at the time, which is crazy to have such a consistent career up to that point while being that young. This album contains great songs like Cry No More featuring Lil TJ and Polo G.
Stood over bro on the floor down, thinking homicide wasn't no crime.
As well as another tribute to Mad Max called Stand the Rain.
Then being too courageous got my nigga killed. Damn, long live Max.
Icy money.
And just a week after this, Herbo would feature on a huge song with Pooh Shiesty called Switch It Up. It was released on July 9th. On the very next day, July 10th, which happens to be the anniversary of Shooter Shell's death, KTS Dre, real name Londre Sylvester, would be bonded out of jail by his girlfriend. He would be released from the jail around 8:50 p.m. As he was standing outside near the jail, a car would pull up with two men hopping out firing more than 60 rounds at the man. KTS Dre would reportedly get shot 64 times and obviously died instantly. His family wouldn't even host him a funeral as it was deemed too dangerous. In October, Herbo would feature on the biggest song of his career with 21 Savage, Lil Durk, and Nardo Wick. This song is called Who Won't Smoke, and Cole Bennett would shoot the video. It would be an instant hit with well over 200 million views on YouTube today.
5, 6, 7, 8, slamming race with GDK.
A month after this, on November 4th, Herbo would feature on a New York drill rapper K-Flock's song called Being Honest. This is a very dope song with almost 30 million views.
And I'm still humble beast cause I'm from the streets, but I'm quick to pull up on my bully. You know that.
In 2022, Herbo would release another project called Survivor's Remorse, which makes perfect sense because I'm not sure if there is a rapper who has lost more people to the streets than G Herbo. He would release the album at the end of the year on October 22nd.
Nigga got hit in this shit and I got rich after that.
Cairo would also take to the internet this year, going on 16 Shot On's platform to pretty much diss Herb, saying he wasn't taking care of the guy.
You banking on this shit like, damn, we finna get signed, bro, finna do some righteous shit. Folks reneged on the guys. Never signed him. Said, Cairo, you want the 150 chain? I said, yeah, if you grab that motherfucker, I'll take him. He never did that.
You know, he one of my favorite rappers, and that's down there like the reason, like the image type shit, the shit that I seen and believe type shit, like, so hearing this down there kind of,
man,
you know, that shit kind of be fucked up for me.
That shit shock a lot of niggas, for like, every nigga who rapping, not rapping what they living for.
I feel like if you haven't done the things that I've done, you really shouldn't even be able to speak on me anyways, you know what I'm saying? Like, I done so much for everybody, like literally, not even having nothing to do with being in the streets at all. You feel what I'm saying? Like actually taking care of individuals, taking care of people's families, you know what I'm saying? And even speaking on that situation, like I done extended my arm to them so many times, you feel what I'm saying? Like way more. Like ain't nobody never did nothing for me, bro. Like even when I was broke, like ain't nobody never paid for a studio session, paid for a video, went out their way to come help me be who I am today. And I used to go out my way for people moms, for people aunts, for families, for people going to jail, for people dying. Like I done that. And even like speaking on him, like, you know, we don't got to say his name, but I'll look at the camera. He know, like I did stuff for his family. So for him to say that, you know what I'm saying, it's like, I just looked at it like the best response is no response for me, you know.
Stop waiting on a nigga. He ain't put you in position. Now you hating on a nigga.
Baby would also get on IG and laugh it off, saying he was gonna beat Cairo up when he seen him. They would all see each other at Juice WRLD Day, but Herbo wouldn't interact with Cairo. Herbo would also announce the birth of his first daughter this year and name her Emmy. In April of 2023, Herbo would release Strictly For My Fans Part 2 with his little cousin Drench being on the song No Limit. On this song, Herbo would repeat the words "I'm still no limit" on the chorus, seemingly in response to all the drama.
Still no limit. Still no limit. I'm still no limit.
He would also plead guilty to the federal charges in July, facing years in prison, and rumors began circulating that Herbo had got sentenced to 5 years in prison, but that was cap. Herbo would go on to make a guest appearance on Kai Cenat's stream, which is the biggest stream in the world. They would hang out for over 3 hours.
We play the field, I'm quick to kill. Police think I'm for the war, cause I spent the bill.
Now we're finally to 2024. At the top of the year, Herb would finally be sentenced in his Fed case, being blessed by the judge who placed him on 3 years of probation, and he was ordered to pay back around $140,000.
I just spent $1 million plus, and I ducked the Fed sentence.
Also this year, Herbo would release Big Swerve. This project would have features from plenty of Main Street artists like Chris Brown, Meek Mill, Durk, 21 Savage, Sexy Red, Chief Keef, and Rob 49. He would also appear on Kai Cenat's stream again in November, where he had heartfelt interactions with Yo San that began to go viral, like getting his ears pierced and consoling him after revealing his father had just passed 2 weeks ago. Yo San instantly broke down crying when Herb brought up the boy's grandfather.
I just lost my pops 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago. I still found a reason to get up and smile, to get up and work, to provide for my family, to be there for my children. My oldest boy right here, he just got his ears pierced. Look, my son, he crying because I'm talking about his grandfather, but it's okay, man. Family first. You know, you miss your papa, it's okay, man. live it through you, son. He here with us every step of the way.
If you enjoy this kind of content, hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell so you don't miss out on our next upload. Also, leave in the comments your thoughts and who I should cover next. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.
I just wanted to tell y'all, no matter what y'all do in life, the main 3 things to do is just have faith in yourself, stay focused, and just keep working hard. You know, ain't nothing in life easy. Anything you do gonna be hard. It's gonna be ups and downs. You gonna lose, you gonna fail, but you only fail if you give up. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I could do it, any of y'all could do it. Like, I was in these same hallways, same classes as y'all. If I could stand in front of y'all and, you know what I'm saying, say I'm successful and I was up against everything that y'all was up against, y'all could do everything I did plus more. Like, I just wanted to tell y'all that it's that simple, man.
I'm just G Herbo, man. Never leave my brothers.
Growing up, it wasn't no joke. Remember, all we had was hope.